Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Word of Wisdom, aka Word of Wisdom, and welcome to another little bit of a different video. I feel like I've said this in numerous videos already, but it is a little bit of a different video. So this video is actually a thing I want to make a regular thing on my channel, a regular series basically. Before I say anything, I want you guys to know that I completely stole this idea from Minilad because I watched his Thoughts with Mini episode yesterday. I think he's gonna call it Mini Thoughts right now, but who gives a shit? And it's just him talking about random shit he thinks about during the day. Then he basically writes it down on a notepad on his phone or on his computer, and then he makes a 20-minute episode about things he thinks about during the week. And I don't know if I'm gonna do this every week or I'm gonna do this whenever I feel like it. I will probably do the latter. So anyway, let's just start with the first thing I want to talk about. So I'm gonna start with something that isn't a little bit serious. I will talk about serious shit, I will talk about not so serious shit. So the first thing I want to talk about is it's semi-serious. So lately the past like 3 weeks I have been waking up in the middle of the night. And now you're thinking the middle of the night, you mean like 3 or 4 a.m., right? No. I mean like 7:30 a.m. to like 8:30 a.m. It's usually a time span of an hour. And I wake up at any random moment in that hour. And basically what I have to do then is, I want to sleep, okay? Whenever I wake up, I feel like, yeah, I'm going back to sleep immediately. I have no idea why I woke up, but I want to go back to sleep immediately. And no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I resist, I just can't do it. I need to pee, and then I'm gonna pee, and then whenever I'm done peeing, I need to wash my hands, and then I'm basically just busy. Usually I'm also hungry, so I go eat something downstairs, and then I'm basically, my body basically says, even though I slept like, that's something I should explain as well. Like I said at the beginning of this subject, when you think about middle of the night, you think about 3 or 4 a.m. Well, I go to bed at 3 to 4 a.m. Usually it's even 5 a.m. Before I finally go to sleep. Yeah, I have a fucked up sleep schedule. I've had this for like the past, I don't know, 5 years? Nah, I think a little bit less. I think 3 years actually. I've had this for the past like 3 years. I just go to bed at like 4 or 5 a.m. and I don't know, it's just a habit at this point. So what was I saying? Alright, so whenever I pee, I wash my hands and I eat something, then I get back to my bed and I lay down. But my body is like, hey man, after like 2 solid hours of sleep you woke up and you basically were awake for like 10 minutes. So it's time to wake up, right? It's time to start the day, right? So my body thinks I'm actually awake for the entire morning and I'm ready to start my day, even though I only had like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And then I'm like, fuck. So I'm laying in my bed, I'm laying perfectly fine, and I just can't fall asleep because my mind is like, or well, my body is actually like, yeah, you're awake, it's time to wake up, it's time to do shit with your life today. And I'm like, no. I have no idea when this happened actually, because I used to just go to bed and then wake up whenever I needed to wake up. And it's been like 3 or 4 weeks right now that I woke up in the middle of the night. And it's starting to piss me off, honestly. I just wanted to go, man. I just wanted to go. And it's not fun. I hate waking up in the middle of the night, but it's actually morning. Sometimes I even encounter my mother who is showering or getting ready for work or whatever. And that makes me also feel like I'm a really fucked up kid. I really am. She's getting ready for work, and for me it's like middle of the night. I slept 2 or 3 hours, and she's just wide awake and ready to start the day, and I'm just a motherfucker. But I really hope that shit goes away. For now, it's just something I have to deal with, and that's not really something I was thinking about. That's just something I want to let you guys know. If you have something similar and you wake up in the middle of the night and then your body is awake as well, etc., then just let me know. Then we can share our depression. Anyway, next. So the next thing I actually want to talk about is something that like half the world actually believes in, maybe even more. I want to talk about the existence of aliens. So I think about this shit a lot, right? I think aliens are the most interesting thing ever. The way aliens are shown in movies and series, etc., I don't believe they look like that. I don't believe they're like green men with weird fucking ears, etc. I think aliens are, they look different than us. I'm quite certain they look different than us, but I don't think it's like shocking that they're fucking green or something. And they might, well, honestly, they might. The possibility is there. We have no idea. I'm convinced there's more than like 5 or 10 or maybe even endless planets with life on it. I'm fucking convinced. I've been convinced about this all my life, and I know it's not in our Milky Way. It's something we might never discover, but I don't know who said this, but that guy was right when he said either the aliens are dumber than us and we don't want to find them because it's just gonna be fucking annoying if they're fucking stupid, or the aliens are smarter than us and they will find us first. So why do we even bother seeking for them, right? I mean, whoever fucking said it, I completely agree. But I do think aliens exist, and I think it's gonna be really interesting if we ever discover aliens. If we even discover aliens before the Earth is done for, because the Earth is definitely gonna be done for at some point. I really hope we do. And I think it's gonna be real interesting to share our thoughts, share our opinions about life, etc., etc. Maybe they can get like 300 years old instead of like 80 to 90 to 100 that we are capable of. And they have advanced health care. They have advanced... I have no idea where I was going with that, but I don't know. I think it's really interesting. Me and you guys watching this video will definitely not be around when aliens are discovered or they discover us. That's something I'm quite certain about. But I think it's really cool, and I definitely think aliens exist. I don't know, I think it's just really interesting. Sometimes I try to picture in my head what aliens would look like, but I honestly have no idea. They can look like anything. Maybe they're just cats, you know? Who knows? Anyway, that's pretty much it about aliens. I just think it's really interesting that they exist. I don't know. I think it's just pretty interesting to think about that we aren't the only form of life that exists. I don't know. I think it's really cool, okay? Next. So the next thing I want to talk about is kind of a short topic, but it's something that I've been trying to kind of fix as of late. So I want to talk about some bad habits. So everyone has them. Everyone has the bad habits that they do on a daily basis. Sometimes not on a daily basis, but just regularly. So for example, one of the bad habits I have is whenever this actually adds to my previous thing I said about me sleeping late. So whenever I sleep late, okay, so hold on, let me rephrase that shit. So whenever I go to bed, it's like 4 a.m. as I said. And I have dinner at like 7:30, sometimes 8 p.m. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 hours. I mean, sometimes after my dinner, like 2 or 3 hours after my dinner, I eat something. But obviously at like 4 a.m. I'm hungry again. So whenever I'm hungry at night, it's usually just before I go to bed. Then I want to eat something. And normal people would say, okay, you can eat an apple, you can eat a pear, you can eat some bread, you can eat a sausage. I have no idea what I'm actually saying. But my brain is like, I feel like eating some chips today. I feel like eating some Doritos. I feel like eating some candy. I feel like eating a cookie. I never think about healthy shit. And it's the same thing during the day. Whenever I'm hungry and I feel like taking a snack, I always take something that isn't that healthy. It's just fucking junk food. And that's a real bad habit of mine. I fucking hate it. I just keep eating junk food whenever I'm hungry, even though I can easily eat something that's healthy and that's delicious, because healthy things aren't even nasty. It's just something that I find really annoying. Another thing is, I used to nail bite a lot. I actually fixed that shit, so that's a bad habit I fixed, but I used to bite my nails every fucking day. Usually when I was showering, when I'm showering, I'm thinking about a lot of shit, and usually when you're thinking about a lot of shit, then you start nail biting. I used to nail bite a lot during my tests I used to make. It's just a bad habit I have, and I really want to fix those bad habits. I'm sure you guys have some bad habits as well. There's a lot of bad habits out there, and probably the one I just described about me eating junk food when I'm hungry, that's something you guys probably have as well. And I don't know. It's just fucking annoying. Next subject. So the next thing I want to talk about is something that I kind of do every fucking day. So for example, today, I explained in my 20 years old video, go watch it. I explained in my 20 years old video, go watch it. So today I went to the graveyard, I walked there, I went through the forest first, and then I walked to a graveyard, and then I got back, so that's usually a walk that takes like 2 hours. And yeah, I usually have music on, and whenever I look up to the skies, or I just have the forest around me, just nothing but trees, no houses, no cars, no anything, I always think about traveling. I don't know if that's just me. I'm just a travel freak. I don't know. I've been to London, Paris, and Dortmund the past like 7 or 8 months, and it was fucking amazing. I wish I could go back. But I have duties to do, aka university, in about 20-25 days. It is what it is, but it really fucking sucks. Whenever I look at the skies, I just want to travel. I just want to go to places. I really want to go to America, for example. I really want to do a cruise. For some reason, I'm not really interested in Eastern Europe. I don't know. I don't really like it. I want to go to China at some point, Japan. Not because I think the country is so beautiful, but because they think really different than the Western countries I grew up in and I've been to. But I always think about traveling, and the same thing is when I see a plane, and it's basically a plane is in the air, so it kind of is the same fucking thing. But I just think of it. So when I have this shit the most is whenever the clouds are going really fast, and I just get this cinematics feeling. I use in my vlogs as well. I think in both of my vlogs, in both Paris and Dortmund, I used clouds that went by really quickly. I don't know, I think it's just amazing for cinematics, and maybe it's my cinematic brain that's thinking about traveling. Maybe it's thinking about my vlogs, and then I want to travel. I have no idea, but I just think about it a lot. And I have no idea if I'm the only one thinking this, if I'm just a weird guy, or maybe you guys can relate to this. I have no idea. So the next thing I want to talk about is something that kind of happened today, and I've been noticing pretty much my whole life. So lately, I should say like the past 8 months, I've been shaving off my beard and growing it, shaving it off, growing it. Sometimes I have it up for like a long ass time, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna shave it off again, and then within like 5 days it's back. And I think I have a decent beard for a white guy. I really think I have a decent beard for a white guy. But whenever I see black people's beards, first of all, black people can grow a beard so fucking fast. It takes them like half an hour, I feel like. And whenever I grow a beard, it's completely black. There's no holes in it. It just looks perfect. Whenever I used to grow a beard at first, I tried to grow it like age 17 at first. It was just, first of all, it was really blonde. The only parts were black, and it just looked stupid, and I don't know, I was just a complete joke. But I tried to grow it because I think, and I thought and I still think beards are really cool. I think they look nice. I think it makes me look older instead of looking like a 12-year-old without a beard. I mean, I hear people tell me I don't look like a 12-year-old without a beard, but I feel like I do. I've been trying to grow a beard, and it just looked like shit. And I had this one guy in my class, and his name was Rafi Haidari, I can remember correctly. So he shaved off his beard on a first day, and the entirety of that first day he had no beard. So then the school was done, we went back to our houses, and the next day, Friday, I came to my school. And his beard was almost completely back. Well, okay, not almost completely, but it was there, okay? And it was basically a beard I grew in like a month. It was fucking insane. And that's something I'm really jealous of. Whenever black people want to grow a beard, it takes them like no time, and it looks perfectly. And whenever white people try to grow a beard, it first of all takes time, a long fucking time. And it never looks as cool as a black person's beard. And I don't know, I'm just really jealous, and I will be jealous all my life probably. And then for my next subject, it's actually something I really want to talk about. It's kind of real serious. This is the most serious topic I'm gonna talk about in this video. So I want to talk about just our world, okay? So a lot of people don't realize that we are fucking up our world. the way I see the world is, I see the world as a person. And this person has cancer, and the cancer is called humanity. And if you really think about it, it's true. So what humanity does is, we take resources from the world, we exhaust the resources the world has to offer us, we multiply, and we just fuck it up. It's basically the same as cancer. We multiply, we multiply, we multiply until we kill the world. And that's basically what's happening in the world. And I think that's really scary to think about. And I try to not think about this as much, but for this video I want to make an exception, because it's a really, really scary thought. And I know you're probably trying to avoid being part of the problem, but the thing is, once you're born, you're already part of the problem. You're exhausting the resources the world has to offer. For every bread you eat, there has to be another bread made. That's how you're supposed to see it. And I'm part of the problem as well. And whenever you are like, oh, I have a nice wife, I have a nice job, I have everything I wanted, I think it's time for kids. Once you get kids, you're even a bigger part of the problem, because you produce kids that will exhaust more resources, that will be more cancerous for the world. It's basically an endless cycle of AIDS until we fuck up the world and die. So I think scientists calculated that the sun will burn out in like 2 billion years. I don't think we're gonna make that. I don't think we're gonna even be close to making that if we keep going like this. Especially with Donald Trump leaving the Paris Pact. The Paris Pact. Especially with Trump leaving the Paris Pact, I think it's even less likely we will make those 2 billion years, because we will just be exhausting the world even more, and we will have more CO2 emissions, even though it was going really well. But talking about those CO2 emissions, it's pointless anyway. Reducing the CO2 emissions doesn't work. Reducing it doesn't mean the problem is away. You're just making the process go slower. It doesn't fix the problem. It still makes the world go to shit, basically. I mean, I think it's really nice that we're being green and we have less CO2 emissions because of the Paris Pact, but the thing is, we still have those CO2 emissions, and it doesn't make the world better. Even if there's like one car doing it, then it's still not good for the world. It probably won't make a difference if it's one car doing it, but there's whole factories doing it, there's millions, maybe even billions of cars doing it. It's just complete shit. We are trying to make the world a better place by being green, by doing things more efficient, by lowering CO2 emissions, like I said. But lowering things isn't completely deleting things. It's still there, and that means it's still part of the process. You're only making the process slower, where the world is basically going to shit. And that's one of the reasons I don't want kids. There's a lot of reasons I don't want kids. I fucking hate kids. They cost a lot of money. I fucking hate dealing with them, especially in their first like 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They're just annoying pieces of shit that need attention, and I personally don't want to give them that. But that's also part of the problem, that I get kids, and those kids will exhaust more resources, etc, etc. I don't know, I think it's just a really depressing thought. Me and you guys watching this video, you won't notice a thing. This is gonna be a problem in like 100 years. Well, actually, I think it's even more, maybe thousands of years. Yeah, I think it's actually gonna be thousands of years, maybe even 100s of thousands of years. But it's gonna be a problem where there's too many people. We already have it. We already have too many people. Why do you think in fucking Africa people have hunger all the time and thirst? And why do you think there's so many people homeless and jobless in the world? It's simply because there's no room anymore. And it's only fucking 2017. The problem is only gonna get worse, because we all keep multiplying like stupid idiots and exhausting the resources the world has to offer us. And I don't know. It's a really depressing thought. And that's, I don't know, I just wanted to share it with you guys. You probably share, actually, I don't know if people share the same opinion as me. I think you guys do, but we can share the same opinion as much as we want, but we will keep doing the same thing anyway, because we want to live, we want to survive. We in order to stop the problem, we basically need to slaughter half of the world, and that's just not gonna happen. So, I don't know, I just have to deal with it, and luckily I'm not part of the problem, but if we get children, those children will get children, and they will get children, etc, etc, and eventually a part of our family will be dying because of it. Yeah, think about that shit, man. Think about that shit. And now, for a lighter subject, I really want to talk about something I think about a lot, and for some reason lately I've been dreaming of this as well. What if Avatar, and not the Avatar with the weird blue guys, but the Avatar with earth, water, fire, and air was actually real? What if that Avatar was actually real? What if that world was actually real? First of all, let me just get this out of the way. I will be an earthbender because earthbending is fucking amazing. I like it the most out of every ability in that world. So with that out of the way, I've always dreamt of being a superhero in that world. So the dreams I've been having is no one else but me had those superpowers, and I was an earthbender. So what I would do is I got bored at night at like 12 or maybe 1 a.m. And then I just go out and search for crime. And whenever those people who are committing a crime would take out their pistols and shit, I would just use my earthbending and be like, huh, what you gonna do? And I don't know, it would be really funny. I don't know if I would really be the superhero, but if you have those powers, you can fucking dodge bullets. You don't have to be scared of any fucking criminal anymore because you have the power to control the fucking world. It would just be so amazing, but if other people had those powers too, it would be a problem because in the actual, well, I wouldn't say it's an anime, it's more of a cartoon, but I'll call it an anime for now. In that anime, lots of houses get destroyed because people are throwing with rocks, with fire, with ice, water, etc. Houses get destroyed, people destroy windows, people destroy basically everything. If that happened in this real world, the world would fucking crumble because do you know how much time it takes to fix a house? I mean, whenever they are building a house, I think somewhere near the mall here, they are building a house. I think it's been about 2 years already, and it's still not done. So if you destroy houses here every day, then we would probably live in a world with broken houses. I would probably be talking here without a roof above my head. So that wouldn't necessarily work. But if I was the Avatar, I would obviously not destroy shit. Okay, yeah, who actually believes that? But I've been dreaming I've been dreaming about being a superhero in that world, and I don't know, that would be really amazing. If you don't think I'm stupid for this idea, then let me know what power you would want. Which one of the 4 elements would you want to possess? For me, it's definitely Earth. I mean, if I could be the Avatar with all 4 powers, it would be fucking dope. But I mean, I'll take what I can get. So earthbending would be fucking dope. And then for the final subject of this video, this is gonna conclude my first thoughts of wisdom. I want to talk about music. And this is kind of a promotion. It's not paid, obviously, because I'm a small fucking YouTuber who wants to actually pay me to say shit. Who wants to actually pay me to say shit? I don't think anyone would. But I just want to say, if you are into rap music, and even if you are not into rap music, please give Brockhampton a listen. I've been listening to their music a lot lately, and well, ever since they released Saturation, a friend of mine, an Indian friend of mine I've met online, and I'm talking in a group chat with him, and he said in a WhatsApp group, hey man, you should really check these guys out, they're great rappers. And their music, it's so different from other rappers, from other artists, and it's fucking amazing. It's a group of 15, they made their own record label, they made their own songs, they made their own everything basically, and I think it's just really dope music. They released an album, Saturation, in, I think it was March or February of 2017, and it was an amazing album. There's not a song I don't like, and they're back releasing right now. They released Gummy a week ago, they released Swamp a few days ago. Whenever you're watching this video, it's probably 2 weeks and 1 week, because I'm not gonna upload this tomorrow or today, whatever. I'm not gonna upload this soon, probably next week as a 4th video. But they're really fucking amazing. And I think they're actually releasing another album, Saturation 2, this year, so they're really going ham. So if you like that music, then definitely listen to it. And let me know what you think if you actually start to listen to them by watching this video, which I really don't think, because my videos don't get any views, my friends. So that's pretty much it for this first Thoughts of Wisdom. Did I say already I would leave their link in the description? well, I'm gonna say it again. I will leave their link in the description, so just click on the description and then you'll see a link to the Brockhampton YouTube channel, and you can check basically everything. So that's it for this Thoughts of Wisdom. Whenever I have enough things I want to talk about, I'll definitely make another one, because this was a lot of fun to do. Just my thoughts, things my brain is thinking. It's fun to just talk about random shit and brain spins. I don't know. I really like doing this shit. So whenever I have enough subjects, I think about a lot of shit during the day. So it won't be long before I get enough shit to talk about again. So maybe I'll even do this every week if I get enough shit written down. So if you like this video, then definitely leave a like rating. If you liked it even more, then definitely hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next. I probably won't make episodes of this. I think I'll just make them random videos and add them in a playlist together or something. Just like I'm doing with my Shell Shock, basically. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.